What do we have for quarterbacks? Talk to me.
Oh, all right. Here's how I see it. I'm probably going top tier or a couple in the low tier. I don't see anything in the mid tier that jumps off the page. You might. There's a couple guys out there, but you've got Jalen Hurts at home against Jacksonville. Unbelievable spot. Jalen Hurts was spectacular, spooktacular, one might say, against the Bengals. Ben, he was
Killed.
what?
He killed Saquon's anytime TD rushing prop.
I was shocked that you put it in there because your whole reason for not loving Saquon and DFS is the vulturing from Hurts.
And it was more combined to add context to it. When you're like 8,300, a little vulturing does enough. I didn't think it would be all three.
That is perfectly reasonable. Yeah, three rushing touchdowns from Hurts. Hurts really looked good. He has not turned the ball over since week 4. Last 3 games, no turnovers. He has 9 touchdowns to 0 turnovers. He has played really, really well recently. He has a high floor, high ceiling. Jalen Hurts looks awesome this week, but I also like Josh Allen. I also like Joe Burrow against Vegas in a bounce back spot. He said in the post game about playoff chances dwindling. He goes, usually it takes 10 games. I liked this answer because what are you going to say? What are you going to be? Oh, we suck. No, he's like, usually 10 games get you in. We got 9 left. We got to win 7 of them. That seems doable. I just think that's a great quote. Like you can't be the guy that's sulking up there. Joe Burrow against Vegas this week. The Raiders are a disaster. I really like Joe Burrow. If Jordan Love plays, he's day to day. He intrigues me against Detroit. I just hate figuring out who to stack him with. You also have Jaden Daniels against the Giants. Right now, though, I think Hurts and Allen up top are my 1 and 2. I love Lamar Jackson. I don't know if I want to pay for him when you have just really, really good matchups everywhere else, even though I think Baltimore ends up routing Denver this week.
It'll be a game theory play if you go to Lamar. There's no doubt. Ownership would have to push me over the top there. I'll keep it simple. It's Jalen Hurts. It just is. They are so content forcing, there was a rarity. They did, because I was watching the game. They did the push and it didn't work per se. And they were ready to do it again. Like they will do it till it works near that goal line. And that's just really tough to stop. Kyler is someone that he's really been impressive at times this year. I have to give him some credit because I'm really not a fan of him. He looked good. Home game with Chicago's defense could be interesting in the mid-range, but if we're going to knock out the top, it's pretty simple. It's Jalen Hurts for me.
Okay, so we're on the same page here then.
Yeah. And the Bengals, yeah, I get it. I don't see the Bengals making the playoffs either. I'm fine with Burrow, but he didn't stand out either.
I'm going to throw Burrow into my mid tier because he is sub 7K. How about that?
That's fine. I'm taking Kyler in the mid tier.
That's fair. That Chicago secondary is good, but
fine.
Interesting spot for sure for Kyler. 300 yards passing. I really liked Miami in that game, honestly. I thought Miami.
I bet them.
So did I.
Yeah.
Now, we were also on the right side of a lot of good spots, like Raiders. We got the cover there. No one wants to bet the Raiders against the Chiefs. Browns. I bet Browns. I didn't bet the Browns money line, but I really liked the Browns in that game a lot. They covered. So we got some ugly covers. Jacksonville.
That was nice. Yeah, it's like that, but no, again, ownership is going to tell the tale, but to me, mid-range is prime for tournament plays. Even Goff, who has no volume right now, he's in a good spot if they make him throw.
Yeah, he is. I mean, I probably don't go to Jared Goff. This team is just able to do it in too many ways. What a truly bizarre game. At one point, the Lions had 42 points and Goff had like 28 passing yards.
Yeah, I mean, every single person scored. And
he threw for 85 yards, 15 attempts. Ben, they scored 52.
And they scored 52 and they didn't really play the fourth quarter.
No, it's crazy. By the way, bet the Titans this week against the Patriots.
The Titans are awful.
I don't care. I don't care. I think we'll talk about it. Either way. Plus, I got my betting video coming out tonight. Picks for every game over on the Odd Shopper channel. Come check it out. Mid-range, though, it's Burrow, and then Kirk Cousins against Dallas, I think, is interesting at the very least. Would you play Dak or Caleb Williams, any of these guys there in that low 6K range?
Yeah, Caleb, I think is fine. Both I have intrigue on that game, clearly, because I thought Kyler's a good tournament play. I think Caleb Williams is a good tournament play. He was awful as well.
He was stuck at 33 passing yards for like an hour.
And again, I don't know why I always preface this, but I do think it's important because people extrapolate crazy shit when you do these shows. Like, I am no Caleb Williams fan. I did not think they should have went with him. Having said that, he can run. He's got 34 or more rushing yards in 3 straight games. So he's giving you like an extra touchdown on the ground. The volume has been fine. And he's had it's again, one of these guys you can look and you can say, oh my God, some of these passing performances. But if I told you, okay, he's played 7 games and 2 of them he's gone over 300 yards, I feel like that's not bad. Now, if I told you like 4 of them he's gone under 150 yards, you'd be like, what the hell are we doing? So it's just in a very extreme range for Caleb Williams. I like that. He's got ample weapons. Good bounce back spot for the Bears stacks.
I don't have any issues with that, and I agree. He's a pretty volatile guy. Like, you don't know what you're going to get from him, but I'm not opposed to it either. How about Geno against the Rams here? What do you think the line? What do you think the spread on this game is?
6.
To who?
That's to the Seahawks.
Rams are favored.
What?
Yeah.
Am I missing something? Like, did multiple players get critically injured? Why would the Rams be favorite?
Cooper Kupp and Puka Nacua. I don't know. I like Seattle
It's
here.
a shame that I'm not the lines maker because that doesn't make any. Maybe I'm just vastly underrating the Rams, but
You probably are a little bit, but I was surprised. Rams are 1.5 point favorites on the road in a divisional spot.
What? Is Metcalf is gone, right?
No, they're optimistic that he's going to play.
Okay. I have to look more at that. As you could tell, clearly I haven't seen the lines.
Also, their defense for Seattle's mostly getting healthy too. Not everybody, but they're getting healthier. I don't know, man. I was surprised by that too. I think there's some weird lines out there.
Weird lines to me are like the Jets line. That's weird, but I see it. I don't understand this line at all.
So if I'm being honest, I would have put it probably Seattle -1.5, -2. Like, if I was guessing, that's where I thought it was going to be.
Yeah, I guess, again, I know Seattle struggled a little bit. I just at home in the division, but you know what? That's why they have the line. So we will see.
Yeah, Geno, Matthew Stafford, these are the guys in the same game. Do you like either of them? Because I'm not really sure there's anything else cheap, unless you wanted to go to Jameis Winston. I really don't love that spot for Jameis against the Chargers, though.
Not really. It's crazy how low. If you want to look at like quality of quarterback versus price, Justin Herbert has got to be, number 1 on that list. He's a good player, a really good player, and he's like at the bottom. It's just product of the situation mostly. So I'm a little freaked out about that. Any love for Lawrence?
No. Nah, I'll tell you, man, I really think this Eagles defense is beginning to gel under Vic Fangio. And I'm not just taking 1 week, right? I think like the pass rush looks better. I've said a lot. I think Quinyon Mitchell is really, really good.
Mm-hmm.
Cooper DeJean is in there, even playing good football. These guys just look different over the past few weeks. They really do. They look different. And Christian Kirk is done for the season. Brian Thomas has a chest injury. He's day-to-day. At this point, do you rush these guys back? Gabe Davis is questionable. If anything, I'd probably rather just play like a one-off Brian Thomas or Evan Ingram or something like that.
I I don't disagree with rather, but I'll put it like this. I'm pretty devoid of targets in the bottom range here. I'm going with Trevor Lawrence as my GP.
Okay. Eric Johnson loves calling me a homer. Whenever you bury your head in the sand, Eric, whenever I say negative things about the Eagles, which is frequent.
Like me with the Jets.
Yeah, frequent. You pop out of your hole, don't you? Every time you hear something good from me. The Eagles are playing better football. It's that simple. Comment too that Darius Slay might be out. Good. Good. Brandon said Darius Slay might be out. Good. Get him out. Get him out. Who cares? He's not who he once was. I will say though, did you watch any of that Eagles game?
Yeah, because I was watching for Saquon. Yeah.
Isaiah Rodgers made an incredible play, perfect coverage on Jamar Chase, which turns into a Chauncey Gardner-Johnson interception. So
I saw that. I saw that play.
That's a guy that was, by the way, in for Darius Slay. So yeah, 6th-round pick. I'm not saying he's better than Slay. I'm just saying Slay hasn't been great. Either way. So you've got Jalen Hurts, Kyler Murray, Trevor Lawrence, huh? You're gonna do it.
Again, you gotta put context to it. If Trevor Lawrence and his stack is 2% owned and totals $1,200 for a QB +2, and I can go get anyone else I want, yeah, I will look to that.
All right. Sounds good to me. I think I might go Stafford here.
Yeah, I mean, now that the Rams are the best team in the NFL according to the books, sure, why not?
Just that now that you actually got weapons. No, you know what? Give me Geno. Give me Geno Smith on the other side. Yeah, give me Geno here. Cheaper attachments in that game.